Hi foodies, Jenny here from Jenny's Walk, and we all know the festive season is here and we're making a lots of meat. Of course we have our vegetarian friends and guests will be coming over, but for our meat eaters. So here, let's take a look. You could come by, my dear foodies, and you could get all your special cuts like your bone-in pork. This is the pork section here. I'm showing to you, this is a lovely pork shoulder, and this is what we're going to be using to make your pelnin, as we would say. And it's all wrapped. As you can see here, we have the boneless, the Boston butt roast for all your roast. This one here is on sale for $5.50 for a pound. Really nice to put in your slow cooker and do that lovely cook. Your picnic roast, great sizes, and all of them here is already rolled up with the butcher string. Here we have the tenderloin in the back, and we have the ribs here. This is St. Louis style rib, pork rib going on here. Here we have that nice little pork chop cuts, bone-in chops over here. And this one says boneless lamb. Oh, now we have the lamb going on here. It's 100% grass-fed, and it's already, you see, in the butcher twine and everything tied up really nicely, ready here for you. Grass-fed lamb chops again. Stew in the back, already chopped there for you. We have some ribs going on here. The rack of lamb is all gone, and you know this is what my daughter loves. We have veal, and we all know what veal is. So we have lamb, we have beef, we have veal. Veal is just a younger animal, as you will say. My daughters don't like to eat it. They say, no, that's the baby goat or the baby lamb is the or the baby calf. Veal. That's exactly what it means. It's very tender. It takes very little time to cook, and it just reaches perfection so quickly. It's not rubbery, so you know it's a baby. So here we go. We have the beef heart, and this is what you will use to make the kebabs. And then we have the cheek of the beef. And that's per pound. And here we have the liver, fresh liver. All of this is high in iron. And we have the chopped beef stew already cut to pieces with great marbling. Look at this boneless beef short ribs over here. Look at the marbling in that. You see that fat is inside. These are all certified. I think they are grass fed. I don't know, they always say that, but let's see. And you have the bottom round roast here already tied. This meat, I don't really like this cut of the beef because it's very dry and oxy. If by chance you manage to overcook it, you will be in problem. Then we have the skirt in the back, round beef stew meat again. This is great for pilau. You want to make pilau with stew meat, that is excellent for that. Then we have the beef top round. You also have to be very careful when you're cooking this. Not much marbling. As you can see, like the fat, there's not much marbled in there. And we have the beef sirloin in the back. That has some marbling in the back. Make a quick stir fry with that, with beef and broccoli, beef and vegetables. That's the ideal one you will have. Then we have the filet mignon. You know that little one. You see it in the back. They're very much expensive. Quickly cooked, medium rare. You're not going to go well done, and you know it's really lovely. You have the beef flank over here. This is more like the very fibrous and stringy or thready type beef. This is that. This is great for wrapping. Like you want to do a nice beef steak in the in your slow cooker, and you make those nice little filling, and you put it, and you just roll and tie, and you put it. This is excellent for that. Here we have the top sirloin steak. Of course, here we have the boneless New York strip. That's the one in the back. Great marble in there, as you can see, and you see that fat in there. That will help cook that steak and flavor it up. Boneless beef New York here, you see, again, this is a big piece that you could use. Look at the fat on that, and look at the marbling over there. You see that marbling? There you go. More steaks. And my dear foodies, as Granny used to always tell us, because I grew up in the country area. We had the butcher. Everybody had the butcher there, and I learned as a kid there, there's a red meat, but it has to be pink. When it's very dark red, that is an old animal, so that meat is more tough. So you see the pinkness that you're looking in here. If the cameraman could just zoom into that, you see that pinkness and all this meat that I'm showing to you. This definitely, you know, you could just blindly purchase this because it's soft. It's not hard and stiff in the pressure cooker and all of that. So like 30 minutes time, medium low flame, you would be able to enjoy your meal. And here as we go, we have pasture-raised bone-in beef. Bone-in beef. Those are like, these are like a Flintstone, right? These are really beautiful. I see this one this is $15.99, now it's $14.39 a pound. This looks very red. think I would stay away a little bit from the red. Maybe it could be a little more hard. And remember, my foodies, for those of you who follow me, you saw I did that video in the liquor store. You could use any one of those wines, those lovely red wines, to prepare marinate your meat, or to cook your meat, whether however way you want to do stew, you just want to marinate to make a pilau or something. And to be honest with you, I know islanders, my Trini will not agree with me, and my island foodies will not agree. The same thing with South America Guyanese. You will not agree what I'm going to be saying to you. Beef do not need a whole bunch of seasoning. All those green herbs that you're putting into beef, only what you're doing is taking the flavor away from the meat. You really want to taste what this animal tastes like. So the best thing for this, I would say, is the Caucasian blood is kicking in. No, I have Indian and Chinese blood. Black pepper, salt, maybe pink pepper, those different ones, and maybe some light Italian dry herb seasoning. That is all your beef need, and put it in there with some red wine. You do not need to go into the backyard and pull all that green herbs in there, and some nice fresh garlic and a little hint of ginger. You just put that into your beef, and you wouldn't believe, especially if you're doing a nice steak on that hot cast iron. Salt, pepper, a little hint of ginger, garlic, and pop, pop. There you go. I like my medium, somehow well done, not a problem. But please don't load all that bunch of green herbs. You're just killing the meat. You're not enjoying it. So let's move along again. Here we have the ribeye. We all know in the back we have this grass-fed organic. So I know this is really going to have that lovely beefy taste that you will get like the ones in Switzerland. Here again is a flank, which is also that thready, very fibrous type piece of meat. And it's always good to get your beef with some fat flowing into it, so it adds that rich flavor of the beef or the cow or the animal into it. And of course, you will see, some of you may see 80-20. What does that mean when you buy your ground beef? So 80-20 is 80% is meat and 20% is the fat. So this is what, let's move back over here. You see this piece over here, this is a boneless beef. You see this fat over here? 20% of this will be added into your 80% of this meat. That is what that means. Sometimes you will see 60-40. They have all different types. So 80-20 is just perfect to make a lovely lasagna, or if you're making beef sausages and all of that. When you do that, you have some nice fat flowing in there, so you have the lovely flavor of the beef. I really would love if you could just try a piece of beef with just 3 or 4 simple dry herbs and salt and pepper and some ginger. You try that and you let me know. You will get a different taste altogether. And here we have more ground beef. These are also really great. You're making your empanada, your beef pies and all of that. You don't want to go with too much of the 80-20 into it, because you don't want too much oil just floating through your pastry. So this will be the better one for you for your pastry. And that's my beef. And my dear foodies, that is my beef segment that I want to share here with you. And of course, I always love if you're making beef like a stew beef, or you're making a stew beef. It's best to put beef with bone, the marrow. If you're making a soup and stew, it's always best to add a piece of beef. If you get the neck bone, you can add it on to the boneless. The marrow from that meat will just make that dish pop. So I do hope you enjoy this segment here. Jenny's Walk here. I am here at Whole Foods here in NYC in Yonkers. Give it a try. Come by, take a look, and they will find something here. So foodies, here now we have that chill beef. So this is a 90-10. As you see, we have that 80-20. So this means the same thing, 90% lean meat and 10% with fat. So you want less fat content in whatever that beef that you're making. This is the chill side of it. You can pick up these here. This is some lovely chill, and this here is on sale for $5.62. And I think it's about a pound. What does it say? 16 ounces, 1 pound. And there's also here in the chill section, you could find, this says bison. You all know what bison is, right? So you will find the chillin' packages here pre-packed already that you could pick up. This is a steak. This one is upside down. Let me see what this is. So there you go. This is a ribeye that you could pick up $20.99. They all go by different prices and size. Again, here, this is organic ground beef also. And you have some light ones. And we have some lamb. Oh yeah, the lamb chops that we didn't see. So here we have some lamb lollipop. You will call these. Let me show that to you. You see, you will just cut each of the lamb out with that little stem at the bottom to the bone. lollipop. And you have ground bison over here too. There you go, raised without antibiotics. So this, I actually like the bison. My visit to Texas, I had the bison meat for the burger. It's really a different meat. It's a little more tough than the regular ground beef, but this is really lovely. So maybe I could take one of that in and we could do a nice little bison there for you. Here I have some more ground beef, veal loin chops, what we have here. I think this looks like pork. Yeah, this is pork. So let's stick to the beef. So the bison patties, as I say, you see. So here we have two already for $8.99. And we just take them home and just put them together. This is another ground beef, and as I said, this is it's $3.65. It's exclusive to Whole Foods. And here we have some more other different parts. Bison strip. There you go. These are all the bison meat. It's a little more tougher meat than the regular beef that I just showed there to you. You can come by and pick these up. These are more 100%. What is that? 80-20. So this is the 80-20 here in the bison. Really nice. So you can come by, pick them up, take a look around, and lots of smoked meat here too. But these are more on the pork side. I will do one another time on that for you, but I really focus in here that you could come by and get all this chill meats. You get the bison meat, and you go across here, you will get the fresh cut or different cuts of beef here. Jenny's Walk. So my dear foodies, I do hope that this segment here on beef that you learned something, and share with me, drop me a comment, let me know what you know so we both could share our knowledge. You know at Jenny's Walk we're here to learn, share and create. Let me know how you make your stew beef. Let me know what secrets you have to share with me that you learned from granny or your uncle or the butcher or somebody on the beef. So signing out here, Jenny's Walk.